comes out of here, like...
Yeah, but I only pressed launch, and then I pressed this one,
Yeah.
like and subscribe, and then I put the phone down.
Yeah.
So, but then I put it on my leg, waiting for the like and subscribe, and it slipped, and I caught it. When I caught it, my big fat thumb pressed the end stream button, and I was like, oh, don't do that. So hopefully everything's working. We're good. Okay. That was a quick show. Yep. It's my fault. I dropped my phone.
We were like, super chat done.
Yeah. Oh, $50 for 5 members? Sweet. Cheers, chat. We're off.
Yeah.
More than most streamers get.
Yeah,
so
more than Elstorm. Fine.
Yeah. Sorry, I dropped my phone and I caught it. And I have a little stream. Look, if you show you, I have a little stream deck on my phone with all the buttons that I press. So if I press the like and subscribe button, boop, it goes like and subscribe. And then there is end screen, which is by my thumb. And I tried to spread them out, and I dropped my phone, and I just caught it. I pressed end screen. So my fault. Well, I can put it here now because we're done. We've done the bit that we need. We've done the like and subscribe. Yeah. 45 people have liked, though.
Did you see that Mikey had got engaged?
Yeah.
On holiday?
Yeah.
Maybe we should make an honest man out of him.
I didn't know. I've met Mikey's girlfriend quite a lot of times.
Yeah.
I didn't know she had cataracts.
Blind?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, she still has hands.
Well, yeah.
But...
No, I love Mikey and Georgie. Big congratulations to Mikey. He's back in the UK now from Japan.
Yeah.
So
he looked like a wonderful time. I'd love to go to Japan.
I don't know if I would.
Why?
Because I'm an obnoxious British man abroad. Yeah. No, that's not true. I'm not an obnoxious British man abroad. Whenever I've gone to any foreign country, I've tried to speak their language, including America. I've tried to speak their language. So I've been to France, Germany, Spain.
Yeah, but as an obnoxious British man, you don't speak their language.
No.
You speak English, but in their accent.
I actually really try and speak their language and ask them questions in their language. And then half the time you ask them a question in their language and they fucking fire back at you like, I have no idea what you just said to me. So I'm not obnoxious British, I'm uncomfortable British. Yeah. Because I don't like being surrounded by words I can't read. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's just part of the tism going, I don't like it, it's all different. Go to France, can't get ketchup.
Don't. I'd have to take my own Heinz with me.
Oh, my hair. I've had a woolly hat on all morning. My hair's fucking terrible now.
He's been sat in a corner dying.
Feeling sad for himself. It's been fucking. It snowed here. Oh, it snowed, Joe.
It was glorious. It felt like I should have put the Heart Christmas on whilst I was driving over because of the snow. But I was listening to Hell's Reach, so you can't swap that for Christmas.
Yeah, it was snowing this morning, so I came in, hoodie up, woolly hat on, boots on. I was like, I'm cold. Yeah. So it was -2 this morning when we woke up. Fucking gibbers. Harry Von Gibberpigs.
I basically in my pants went and let the dog out the back door to go to the toilet this morning. I was like, oh God! Instant cut glass.
Yeah, I got up when Lucy's alarm went off at 6. Yeah. And as her alarm went off at 6, I got up to go use the bathroom. And we have an ensuite, so I just waddled to the bathroom with nothing on. Yeah. And at that point, by the time I got from the bed to the bathroom, I'd basically transitioned at that point. Yeah. It was so fucking cold, honestly. It was so fucking cold. And I got back into bed and I was like, it's fucking shaking. Lucy's like, you're right. I was like, no, that's cold. So I was like, when you go out with the dog, can you put the heating on and I'll get up when it's there? Just sat there in the bed. She's like, are you feeling the cold more because I don't know if I've told you, Jack, because you're unwell. I was like, probably. It was awful. Anyway. We're back with another Liam and Joe show. Thank you for joining us on this. It's okay out there, actually.
It's lovely.
It's wet because it snowed, but it's not a bad day. Yeah. It's all right. Yeah. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining us for the Liam and Joe show. We are here to talk about tomorrow evening, Joe. You know about tomorrow evening? You do know about tomorrow evening, don't you?
I do. There's a reveal show.
There's a reveal show at 6 p.m. UK time tomorrow, which is quite nice. We're all actually awake for a change because it's the World Championships. Is that right?
Yeah, the World. It was the golden ticket event, isn't it, basically?
Yeah, and then it's also the narrative, the grand narrative. Yeah. That's going on this weekend. There's a big event over in America land somewhere. Yeah. And there's a smaller one up at Warhammer World here in the UK. Yeah. And they're doing a reveal show. Yeah. And I'm really torn as to how to feel about reveal shows nowadays. So we're going to talk about what Joe and I think we might see, what we'd like to see, but we'll probably do the normal fuck off on tangents, etc. If you've got opinions, questions, anything, the best thing to do is stick them on colourful postcards. I've got chat up in front of us. I've got chat in front of me here as well. Yeah. If I see comments, I'll try and read them out if I think they're interesting.
Like Brandon says, what, UK time? Yeah.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
It's mental. An event in America doing a reveal show at English time.
Well, Pacific, when it's 6 p.m. here, is 10 a.m. there. So it's almost like everyone's awake.
Yeah, but why haven't they done that before?
Because they're fucking stupid. Anyway, if you've got opinions, like I say, stick them on postcards for us. I'm working hard right now with the grift for members and postcards because I had 3 shows off last week. So yeah, we appreciate it. Like big old Roland Bain, who came in right at the start just for great content with a $50 super chat, Joe. Is that probably worth a hope for $50?
I hope that when you go to McDonald's soon, you get to enjoy the new Terry's chocolate orange pie.
I didn't even know it was there.
I was on advert on Instagram this morning.
Of course,
I was like, new menu, and I was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah. I look awful. I'm at the barber's tomorrow. I'll look human again after tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's a nice wish. I didn't know they had it yet.
I'm very excited for that.
And then Mr. The Vortex Games, Mr. Harborn, thank you so much for 5 gifted memberships.
I hope, Mr. Harborn, that we get an excellent announcement tomorrow, which then means that new boxes come out quickly before Christmas, and then you make loads of money before Christmas. Big profits before Christmas and before end of year.
Like that.
Oh, did you have? They have Black Friday in Canada land. Is Black Friday as big in Canada land as it is in America?
You're not allowed to call it Black Friday anymore.
Well, that's what they call it, isn't it?
I chose violence today, Joe.
I know.
By the way,
I know.
I get my hat because I'm already
know.
cold. But anyway, talking of hopes, that's a nice hope for him. Talking of hopes, what do you hope, Joe, for tomorrow's reveal show?
So, I really want Krieg. Obviously, I feel like that's a given at this point. What I want to see is the new Emperor's Children, basically, because they've shown us some shoulder pads, right? I feel like we can now go. Here is. I'd love to see either Lucius, Fulgrim, or just like the new Noise Marine kit. They don't need to show the whole range. I'd like to see a model. Because then I can visualize it in my head what kind of route they're going down.
I don't think we'll see Emperor's Children.
No.
So I think we know that the first 2 codexes for 40k is going to be. I think is it Astra Retard then Eldar? Is that what they showed us?
It's Guard then Eldar.
So is it Knights too?
Yeah.
So I don't think we'll see. I don't think we'll see Emperor's Children.
They are doing every big reveal show. They've done something Emperor's Children.
I think we'll see Aspect Warriors. I don't know how many.
Yeah.
I think we'll see Aspect Warriors. I think we might see some Krieg.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure. We saw a couple of rumour engine things. Was it the end of last year?
Yeah.
It was
Christmas last year.
It was the countdown, wasn't it? The calendar countdown where they showed off some stuff that you and I were like, Krieg.
That's 100% Krieg, yeah.
So I think we'll see some Krieg stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll go left of field and be like, actually, it wasn't Krieg, it's Cat Chance, here you go.
Yeah.
Which would be interesting. And I wouldn't be against that. I don't personally have an interest in Cat Chance,
but
I wouldn't be against that. But I think it'll be Krieg, and I think it'll be Aspects, and I think it'll be I think it'll be Fire Dragons and Warp Spiders, and I think we'll see a box set, and I reckon you might even see an Eldar versus Guard box set.
Oh, that would be cool, wouldn't it?
Well, if you think about it, we talked about this the other day, right? How many codexes, we talked about this with Dan was here on Tuesday, how many codexes are left to come out in 40k?
So the 3, so Guard, Eldar, Knights, Death Guard, Emperor's Children, Thousand Suns, World Eaters, Votan, Dark Eldar,
Space Wolves,
Black Templars, Grey Knights, Demons,
yeah.
So it's 13.
We're at 13-ish. We might have missed 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Right? How long's left for 10th edition? 18 months.
Yeah, and they'll want to get them all out before Christmas next year, because they'll want that 6-month lead.
So if we assume 18 months, 13 to 14 codexes, right? I reckon we're going to see a number of double codex drops.
Yeah.
So I think Knights and Chaos Knights will come at the same time.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they? But I think you'll see things like Guard Eldar actually drop same time.
We have had a couple double drops, haven't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think they do double drops to make the beat rate feel slower.
Yeah.
So rather than going like 1 month Eldar, next month nothing, next month Guard, next month nothing, next month something else, they'll go, we'll just do Eldar and Guard tomorrow, 2 months, 2 code, and it feels less like on you all the time, the beat rate. So I feel like they double, and I think it's good.
I also
as
think
well.
it helps with their FAQ update system as well.
It also, dare I say this and sound a bit cynical, but it also helps with big box sales. So if they drop a Krieg new Aspect Warrior two army box set, what they're doing is selling a lot of them.
Yeah.
Aren't they? Let's be honest, right? So it actually helps with big box set sales as well, I think, when they do double Codex releases.
Yeah.
I think people. So here's the other thing. If they dropped Krieg Eldar, at the moment in time, I'm not bothered by Krieg.
Yeah.
You know I like Krieg, right?
I want Krieg so I can convert them to Valhalla.
But let's say I wasn't interested in Krieg at all, and I was just playing Eldar, and they drop a new box set, and they put, I don't know, new plastic warp spiders, Fugan and new fire dragons, and 10 guardians and fucking wave serpent in one box half, and I'm just throwing things out here because we don't actually know any of this stuff at all, right? Let's say we get that, and I don't care about Krieg at all. I'd probably still buy that box for two reasons. First of all, I'm going to want that new Eldar stuff.
Yeah.
Because people can't wait. Let's be honest, we're terrible at being patient. People can't wait. And I want new Fugan, I want new fire dragons, and I want new warp spiders, right?
Yeah.
And then the other reason is I'll probably look at the guard stuff that comes in that box. And the majority of us will buy boxes like that, and our intent will be, we'll sell it on eBay.
Yeah.
And how many of us don't? And then go, starting a guard army now.
Yeah.
It happens loads.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I think we'll see a lot of new guys. Do you know what I really want? What I really want? Cigar.
I was waiting for that.
I want a Yarrick model.
Oh, controversial.
I want that one. What we said it was a Krieg minefield. I want it to be Yarrick.
Okay.
Right, because I've heard rumours floating around, and we don't push rumours here, realistically.
Well, at the moment, we're getting no new subs at all, Joe, so go for it.
So, I've heard a rumour that the next edition box set is going to be Orc Space Marines.
Okay.
Right.
For 11th edition?
For 11th edition.
Well, did they know that already?
Yeah, the models would have been designed already, because if you think they've got 18 months, they need to get moulded. They need to be designed, moulded, boxed, all the rule books printed. Right? So they'll know what's in that box set already.
Yeah, maybe.
Those models have probably already been designed and done.
Probably, actually. You're
And
probably
off to
right.
print.
But here's the thing, right? What do they do for a Space Marine box set now?
Well, this is a discussion I was having with Dan. I was like, what do we do? So my theory is Assault Terminators, because we've not had them yet.
Fair, okay.
Vanguard Vets.
But Primaris scale?
Yeah, primary scale.
Because we've got Stern Guard.
Yeah. Either a new heavy weapon team, like a new Devastator squad.
You mean you don't want Desolation Marines, Joe?
No.
Hot take.
What I want is Primaris, because we've got the missile launcher Primaris team, right? And we've got the melter and we've got the plasma. What we haven't got is a heavy bolter team.
Yeah.
I want like a 5-man team with heavy bolters.
Okay. I'm here for it. I'm into that kind of stuff, to be fair.
Yeah, and then we'll probably just get some characters. Maybe. The problem is,
do you think it will be aligned to a specific chapter, or do you think it'll be generic?
So the idea that's floating around is orcs and Space Marines. I think this might be another Templar push.
Do they need more models?
So my hope is.
Joe hopes.
My hope, my personal hope, is that 11th edition is Armageddon.
Okay. All
right, because people have been saying that that Yarrick's not dead.
Yeah.
For ages.
Well, there's no actual narrative about him being dead, is there?
Being dead. He's assumed dead. So where is the one place you're going to bring Yarrick back? Where's the one place he's going to come back and fight? It's going to be Armageddon. And if you're doing Space Marine Orcs, it's going to be Armageddon.
But what do Orcs need now as well?
This has to be a new invented unit, wouldn't it?
This is the problem, isn't it?
I think they flesh out the beast snaggers more.
I don't think I want more Orcs either. I don't dislike Orcs, to be fair, but I think Orcs have had plenty. I was talking last night on stream about Battle Report on Warhammer Plus that came out Tuesday. I think it was Tuesday. I'm not sure. And they did, and I was so excited that they fucking done me dirty because they basically grabbed the old box set that came out for edition, 5th edition, 4th edition, which was Drakari versus Templars on the cover art.
Yeah.
And they were like, here's this old game. And I was like, oh, they're going to play all the old rules. They played the old mission, but they played all 10th edition rules, 10th edition codexes. And they used all updated Primaris and stuff. And I was like, oh, boo. But like, I'd be cool with that, Drakari and Templars again. But again, I don't see what Space Marines get now that's new. Because they use Space Marines for every single new release. That's why they've got 8 billion data sheets.
I reckon we'll probably end up looking at a resculpt.
New boys and Storm Boys. We don't need new boys.
Yeah.
Knobs and Storm Boys you need.
Or maybe this is where we start to see it. So
and bikes.
Right.
No,
I think this might be
so much better than them.
This might be I think 11th edition is when we start seeing chapter specific units coming out.
I don't know.
And I have a theory, and this was brought around by yesterday's release from Games Workshop. Games Workshop gave the Night Lords kill team their own rules. I thought this is a direct response of us shitty talking them, right? They gave...
Joe's convinced, absolutely convinced, that they just sit and watch all of our content.
And then they do stuff to piss us off. But, so the kill team got rules yesterday, and the kill team rules are very, very good, and they're very reflective of Night Lords. So the unit special rule is, if they're targeting a unit that's under starting strength, they get +1 to hit, and they get +1 to wound if the unit's under half strength, when the unit they're targeting, which makes sense because that fits like the Night Lord's like stabbing in the back kind of rule. They've got a really cool banner in the unit where if you're in engagement range with them, you can't do any stratagems whatsoever. It's so they're scaring you, and like they're just shaking a dead body in your face, and like and then the units and then the special weapons that come in the box have got their own special rules. So the Nostraman chain blades get sustained hits and stuff. It's a really good unit rule to reflect Night Lords, and the Black Legion had their own kill team. They became Legionnaires.
I find it really odd that they can't make up their mind when they're happy for kits to be cross-platform and when they're not.
So I'm at a stage now where I want every Legion to get an upgrade sprue, like the Black Legion, like Night Lords, and I kind of want it to be a kill team now, because if the kill team, say the next kill team is Iron Warriors, right, and it's like an upgrade sprues for Havocs, then I'd like to see an Iron Warriors Havoc squad with Iron Warriors special rules, and then.
Is that so you can then build all these kill teams and complain that Chaos Space Marines are shit?
Yeah. No. but I want a Legion specific unit for every Legion. And then
that fits their narrative.
That fits their narrative.
Yeah, I get it.
And then you can apply those units to the detachments as well. Because then if you think that Night Lords unit fits actually quite well in the Night Lords detachment now. Because the unit's getting buffs with the army rule.
Yeah.
I think it works quite nicely. So maybe we'll start to get that for Raven Guard. You'll get like a Raven Guard assault unit, and then you'll get a White Scars bike unit. You know?
I don't know. I think the idea is cool.
Yeah.
To be clear, but specifically for Space Marines, I don't see them doing it. I see it more likely happening for the custom Legions of Chaos than I do for Space Marines.
Yeah, that's the sad fact of it. But I think the Space Marines are going to get to a point where they either invent a new armor type to then release stuff for it.
Well, it's weird though, isn't it? Because they've basically got rid of all the chapter specific stuff for Space Marines. They've even when that chapter has its own separate supplement. For example, Blood Angels. They've even got rid of Blood Angels tactical squads. Gone.
Yeah.
They've got rid of it all.
Yeah, because but Blood Angels tactical squad is the same as every other tactical squad kind of thing. But I think, they had their own Terminator unit. But the Terminator unit was a normal Terminator unit, but with iconography, which is now an upgrade sprue.
Yeah, which always makes me a bit sad.
Yeah, so I feel like an actual chapter-specific unit brings some of that flavour back that's missing from Space Marines.
It's like Deathwing Terminators now. Deathwing Terminators are just... So you've got Deathwing Knights, which are very pretty.
Yeah.
Deathwing Terminators are Terminators with a different torso and some shoulder pads.
Plus, right, how they've changed the rules for Space Marines now, where it doesn't matter what colour you paint your army. Right, so you can paint your army as Minotaurs, as long as you've got no special characters, you can take whatever detachment you want.
Yeah.
You can take Blood Angels, you can take Dark Angels, you can take Space Wolves, as long as you've got no special characters in there, right? How do you then, as Games Workshop, monetize that by releasing chapter-specific
You almost sine wave, don't you?
Yeah.
Here's loads of new stuff. We're taking loads of stuff away. Here's loads of new stuff again. Taking loads of stuff away.
Yeah. So that's how you start to control the spending of people. So, well, they've got everything already. Well, here's a unit that you can only use in the bite detachment. Here's a unit you can only use in the heavy detachment, kind of thing.
If the rumour Space Marines Orcs is true, I wouldn't be massively surprised. And actually thinking about it, trucks, knobs, mega knobs, bikes, Storm Boys, they have actually got a fair amount of stuff that's, although plastic, probably could do with being replaced.
Who's not been in the starter box set? Tau.
Ever.
Never seen Tau in a starter box set.
Someone's also in chat earlier said, why does it have to be Space Marines versus Xenos? Well, 8th edition was Death Guard, wasn't it? Was that 8th edition?
Yeah, versus Space Marines.
8th edition with Death Guard, so that's Chaos.
Yeah.
And then...
So we've had Dark Eldar, Necrons, Death Guard, Tyranids,
Chaos Space Marines.
Orcs,
Chaos Space Marines.
Chaos Space Marines.
That was the one that Crane on the Relentless was in.
Yeah, Crayon.
Yeah.
That
was
it?
The Chaos Space Marines one was versus Dark Angels, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
I can't think of anyone.
Yeah.
Second edition was Orcs. Third edition was Dark Eldar. Fourth edition was also Dark Eldar?
I don't know.
Or was fourth edition Tyranids, Battle from a Crag? Fifth edition was... what was that? Something else. I think it was Orcs again.
7th was Chaos, wasn't it?
6th and 7th was Chaos.
Was Dark Angels Chaos.
Yeah.
Then it was Space Marines Death Guard.
Yeah.
Then it was
Necrons.
Space Marines Necrons.
Yeah.
Now it's Space Marines Tyranids.
Yeah.
So we haven't had Eldar.
Yeah.
It'll be Space Marines Votan just to really make you happy.
I'd like to see some new Votan units. I think.
Yeah. Maybe.
It's kind of...
Do we think the reveal show this time round is just going to be solely focused on 40k, or do you think there's going to be a big AOS announcement as well?
There'll be a Kill Team box set, no doubt, I imagine, because they love a Kill Team box set for the new year. You'll probably get an AOS, someone said it earlier, and I'd like to see it, Ion Jaws, see what their new spearhead is. Maybe a new... There was a leaked picture of one of the Swamp Orcs, a character. It looks terrible.
Oh, does it?
It looks awful.
Oh, I like the Cruel Boys.
So bad.
The Cruel Boys and the Iron Jaws are fucking quality. I prefer them so much more than 40k Orcs. So
I think they said Old World as well. I think High Elves are next. It's either High Elves or Wood Elves.
See, I want to be excited about both of those, Joe, but it's a case of, here's all these models from 2001. Cool, thanks. I'm not interested now.
Yeah. I don't know what else. Well, because Chaos is already on the horizon, so the only one after that is Orcs. So we might find out what's coming out after Orcs.
What edition was Eldar and Chaos? Was that an edition? Was that a thing? Oh, hang on. So, Kev, Wolves versus Emperor's Children. That'd be an interesting one, wouldn't it? Upscaled Primaris Space Wolves versus Emperor's Children.
Potentially, but it depends. It depends on when, but it won't be Emperor's Children.
Why not?
Unless they release more Emperor's Children units, because they said Emperor's Children are next 2025, whereas the new edition is 2026.
Yeah.
So unless
right, okay. So because Emperor's Children coming before the new edition, it won't be the box set. But that might be a box set for this edition. For this edition, you might see Space Wolves, Emperor's Children.
Maybe like a double.
Cities of Sigmar dwarfs. Don't get Joe too excited.
Although Emperor's Children, who were their main enemy in the Imperium?
Iron Hands.
Yeah.
Iron Hands. Yeah,
Maybe an Iron Hands specific unit.
It's so dull.
Yeah.
Iron Hands is so dull. I'm sorry for Iron Hands fans out there. They're so fucking dull. Is there a duller Loyalist chapter than Iron Hands?
No.
No. Even Imperial Fists beat them.
They're cool with Angel Exterminatus.
Yeah, but
no, they're not cool. 4 or 5 Iron Hands characters in Angel Exterminators are cool. Yeah, but the rest, because they're like the eccentric ones that have been pushed off to the side.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I'd like to see a refresh of some of the High Elf stuff, because a lot of their stuff went to plastic.
Yeah.
Near the end of.
If they do some refreshes, I might be tempted with a few of them. But at the moment, there is nothing that anybody is suggesting that could come out or be previewed that currently will draw my eyes from Craftworlds.
Yeah.
Honestly, well, not just Craftworlds. I'm on a full-blown Aldari hype.
Yeah.
So I found at home I've got fucking what's his face with the big swords for Drakari that you like.
Yeah.
What's he called?
Drazar.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got him.
Well, like Adam Johnson's got a
Yunari.
good point. Is that Emperor's Children don't look like bad guys. Neither do Tau, Votan, Eldar. Strap needs to be evil looking versus. So the starter box set has to be a very specific. These are the good guys. These are the bad guys. Tau don't look like bad guys.
Yeah, that's.
No, they look like fish.
Yeah.
I feel like Tau could be portrayed as significantly more evil.
Yeah.
And it would work. But
if it was all Kroot, maybe. For one.
Harlequin Codex, I don't think we'll ever see that again. And I kind of don't want to see it again.
No.
I kind of like Harlequins being within Craftworlds. Harlequins' glory days for me was when they were a single unit that you could take in a Craftworld army that had in the single unit a Death Jester, a fucking Shadow Seer, a Troop Master.
Yeah.
That was when they were at their goated. Because if you know the narrative of Harlequins, they don't run around with 14 troops of players, 3 Death Jesters, 2 Shadow Seers. Yeah. That's not how it works. That's not what they do. They literally go from Craftworld to Craftworld and throughout the Dark City, like practice it, like performing their show, which shows people the fall of the Eldar. It's fucking. The narrative's cool.
Yeah.
I love Harlequins. I have a full Harlequins army that I bought off someone for lots of money because it was incredibly pretty. And I don't think Harlequins should have a whole codex.
I love that Harlequins army. I've really enjoyed
gorgeous.
running them.
I love them. I love them so much. I've got another 30 or 40 players at home ready to add into my Yunari army, all painted in my custom scheme, because I fucking love Harlequins. But I don't think they should have ever had their own codex. That being said, like we spoke about the other day, GW's biggest problem is, here you can have this thing. And then when they take it away, it's really shitty. But they should have not given it to us in the first place, is my problem. Lively Panda, thank you for the 20. I'm surprisingly optimistic. I expect Empire for Old World, Noise Marines, a flash of Aldari, and Krieg for 40k, and the Iron Jaw Spearhead for AOS. Not sure what for Horus Heresy. Glad the crew is recovering. I sound worse, but feel a lot better.
Yeah.
Like a lot better.
Yeah. I love Empire. Empire is like one of my favourite old world armies, just because I just love this stuff. They're a nightmare of an army to paint because there's so many details, but they're quite well supplied on plastic kit, so their release won't be that terrible.
Yeah.
Maybe some new models, maybe like a new Carl Franz or something. Oh no, he got a new model near the end. The wizards are all plastic. I don't know what they'd get if they got a new model.
Adam, I would murder a man for Eldar Exodites.
Yeah.
But then that's when I'd have to fight this guy off as well, because I think he'd get fucking excited too.
I don't know. You're all right for Exodites.
Really?
I don't like the dinosaurs.
Elves, if they do it classy, elves riding dinosaurs, I'm all about that life. No, I take your first answer, I'm afraid.
If they did it well, maybe, but I never got into the whole Dino Riders aspect.
I've got to take your first answer, I'm afraid.
Yeah. You can keep Exodites, that's fine.
Perfect. I also said if they ever do catch and jungle fights, you can keep those.
Yeah, that's fine. I feel that's fair.
We'll keep that trade, all right?
Yeah.
We'll keep that trade.
And then we do an entire jungle board.
Of Exodites versus Catchans.
Yeah. Narrative coming
Made to be.
Yeah.
It's made to be. In 2050, yeah. We'll do them in frames.
Yeah. And then, obviously, Noise
Half hour late.
Eldar, Krieg, okay. Iron Jaw Spearhead. Horus Heresy, I'd like to see a breacher kit. Breachers.
Oh, guns.
Yeah, because there's no plastic breacher kit. Because at the moment you have to spend, fucking it's either 40 or 50 quid for 5 shields.
Oh wow!
And
arms,
print them, heads.
Print them.
Yeah.
Print the shields.
Yeah, that's a rip-off.
Yeah.
That is a rip-off. I can't think of what else I'd like to see. I'd like to see new plastic box noughts.
Really?
Because
Really?
Because
do they even have box noughts in Horus Heresy?
They do, yeah. So they do have. They've got
Contemptors.
They've got dreadnoughts, contemptors, leviathans. because they had really nice different marks of box knot from Forge World. There was like they were pretty.
Well, I mean, Josh has just said what I was going to bring up as well. So the image for the stream today was the Rumour Engine image from the other day, the spear tip, which looks incredibly Alpha Legion, doesn't it?
Alpha Legion kill team.
You reckon?
It's not going to be Alfarius because Fulgrim's already coming.
But Alfarius is also out for heresy.
Yeah, so I reckon
it is a pretty model.
Because it's not the same as his spear.
No.
It's not the same as his spear.
But the Rumour Engine is also done in such a way where they want you to go, it's definitely this thing, and be wrong.
I think it's a special weapon for an Alpha Legion model. Or...
So you think it's Alpha Legion?
So it's either going to be Alpha Legion or it's like a special release model.
Could it be? Hang on, let me get the article up again as well.
Because it's two-pronged, it could also be Daughters of Cain.
I was thinking Idneth Deepkin.
Yeah?
Idneth Deepkin was one of the things I was thinking. Where's the fucking article, Joe?
This
website
I don't think
was
it's
designed
Alpha Legion.
by a fucking moron.
If it's an Alpha Legion, it might be an Alpha Legion model.
Do you think that could also be maybe Drakari?
The haft is wrong.
You can't see the haft.
Not the haft. The bit where it connects to the stick is too...
This thing, chat.
Is wrong for Eldar.
The bonus with iPad screens on...
Because if it was Eldar, it wouldn't have like a screw point, which that kind of is. Eldar is like more of a bone curve. Because otherwise they break their design aesthetic.
This week, the Rumour Engine refused our attempts to play more skull-based pranks and shot out some kind of blade-looking thing instead. Do you think you know where it's from? Does it have a skull? Put us out of our misery on Facebook, Twitter, X. You got right. So otherwise, just tell us it's a pointy stick until our eyes glide over.
It might be a complete curveball and be an entirely new Eldar. What are they called? Phoenix Lord.
I don't know.
Although I don't think it's Eldar.
No, I don't think it's Eldar.
I don't think it's Eldar. And if it's a 40k army, it'll either be... It's got to be Chaos, because it can't be Space Marine.
I think, yeah. I still think it could be Drakari, but...
It might be Drakari.
I don't think it is. I think it's Chaos.
Yeah.
But it's my gut, but I'm just trying to think of all the things it could be. Because the thing is, every single person is like, Alpha Legion, Alpha Legion, Alpha Legion.
But it could
and Games Workshop this is where sometimes they don't do a terrible job, to be fair. Like, if everyone's going Alpha Legion, that's why I think it won't be. Because they don't do that with Rumour Engines. They don't drop things that are very obviously the thing. They're like, here's a Rumour Engine thing. You're like, oh, it's definitely that. They're like, no, it's not. Be interesting, wouldn't it?
Because it's not... Because the Rumour Engine is separate to the AOS one, isn't it? That's the Rumour...
Yeah.
I think the Fantasy and the 40k are two separate ones.
I think so. Yeah. Anyway, thank you,
Rumour Engine also covers Necromunda, don't forget.
Thank you, Limey Panda, for the 21. You're a hero. We are still only on 5 gifted from Mr. the Hardborn Vortex Games chat. There's 230 people in chat, right? So, fun fact, this is just maths, right? It's just how maths works. If every single one of you in chat right now gifts 5 memberships, we will hit 100.
Also,
just how maths works.
If they are going down the route of releasing all Chaos Space Marine upgrade sprues in Kill Team, Alpha Legion does fit the bill.
Fair.
As a kill team.
Evan Tumanello.
Yeah.
Thank you for the 2. He says 10 Guardians, Leviosa.
I like that.
I thought you might. I thought you'd enjoy that one.
Yeah.
Stick Monkey. Thank you for the 2. He says, alas, poor Yarrick.
Yeah.
We say poor Yarrick, but the way in which they closed that door, because they didn't actually close the door. They removed the model from the Codex.
Yeah.
They released the Codex. They didn't really ever give us any kind of solid lore about what's happened to him.
Yeah.
So I feel like they've left the door wide open on purpose.
I think we are due a new campaign of a significant place instead of a made-up place.
Okay.
Because obviously the last big campaign of a significant place was Cadia, which is 8th edition.
Yeah.
I think if they want to get more of the old school player base back in to the hobby, you have to drop something like Armageddon.
Okay.
Because people that played 15, 20 years ago, immediate rock solid.
I do like big world-changing events that get released. We've talked about this before, quite recently actually. I do wish they'd sort of lay off the plot armor a little bit.
Yeah.
But I do like big lore-changing events that exist.
Because a place like Armageddon means that you're going to get new model kits for different ranges.
Do you think what they could do for something like Armageddon? Do you think what they could do is they could go, here's a Krieg character, named character, for example, and actually kill him off in the narrative, even though they've released a model for him and some rules? Because he's got less plot armor than, say, Calgar, right?
Who was there was a Krieg character. The model from Forge World. Venner. Marshall Venner was a Forge World character. And then I think they did kill him off. Okay. But that was a Forge World book, and they played by different rules.
Meat Squadron, thank you for the $2. He says, Liam look like a proper roadman. I've got a cold head today, and my head's quite big, so it lets a lot of heat out.
I did say that you looked like a homeless man walking around Audi earlier.
I was walking around Audi with my coat on over top of my hoodie and this out like this. I was fucking freezing earlier.
One of my beard hairs is trying to invade my nose hole, and it's super weird.
I need to book you a barber's appointment at some point. It's just keeping me warm because, as you can hear right now, this fucking illness is now coming out of me.
New sculpt. Hashtag US Thompson says new sculpt Primera scale for Space Wolves for start. I think we'll get Space Wolves next year.
I'm very worried about Space Wolves.
They're going to lose a lot of things.
They're going to lose a lot of things, and I'm worried that they're going to go too furry werewolf route, not enough Nordic Viking
I do
route.
have a lot of fear for Space Wolves because at the moment they're towing a very thin line between cool models and absolute shite.
Yes,
right?
I agree.
So
I completely agree.
Yeah. So because currently they have access to the Forge World upgrade sprues, which are stunning.
They're good, yeah.
If you're a good sculptor, have you seen Fletcher's Space Wolves?
No.
Where
I don't like to look at Fletcher stuff because it makes me vomit in my mouth.
Yeah, I hate it. I watched his tutorial on how to paint flesh terrors. I was like, I've got to repaint my entire army.
Fletcher Paints, I think it's called, on Instagram. He's the guy who paints for table. He works for Tabletop Tactics. He's an employee of Lawrence's.
Yeah.
Fucking the stuff that he can do, and moreover, the speed in which he can do it in is disgusting, and it shouldn't be human.
And he converted up a Space Wolves army, and from seeing that, I abused every person I know that had Heresy Space Wolves. I've got a bag out back of bits, just like rammed full.
His cup again.
Of Space Wolf upgrades. It would have been a thing if we hadn't got Lee Space Wolves. And if Games Workshop go down the Heresy route of the Space Wolves aesthetic with the cool masks and the actual proper Viking shields and the bent halved axes and stuff, I think they'll do fine.
Yeah.
Or they go down the Blood Angels chibi route of chubby marine armor. I think they screw it on big cartoon wolves.
Oh, please bin off the wall.
Yeah, helmets with ears.
Yeah.
Bin.
Yeah.
Just go back to Heresy Wolves.
Heresy wolves. Yeah.
I can't do
because my problem I've got at the moment now is I've essentially nearly finished my Blood Angels, but the Blood Angels we got are nice, but they're not as nice as what they could have been, given the Stormcast release we had. And I think that the Blood Angels now have the weakest model range out of the 4.
Okay.
Because it goes Dark Angels, Templars, Space Wolves, Blood Angels.
I completely agree with that order.
Yeah?
I do think Dark Angels sit just above Templars.
Yeah.
Templars and Dark Angels are close. And I struggle sometimes.
They flip between the two.
Yeah, Dark Angels are Lion. Azrael is stunning. Deathwing Knights are cool.
Yeah.
Inner Circle Companions are unbelievable.
Yeah. And I think if they do Space Wolves right, that could jump straight to the top. If they do it right. If they look... I want Space Wolves to be dirty, aggressive. Like
the thing is though, this is our opinion. Yeah. There will be people that when they drop a furry version of Werewolf Space Wolves will fucking love it. They will. They just will, Joe. And that's not wrong. It's not wrong that they like that.
The Space Wolves with those headphones with the neon flashing patterns, right?
No, but if they go like Wolfen. So I personally, when Wolfen came out, was not a big fan of Wolfen. I don't like Wolfen very much. I know people out there that fucking love Wolfen models and think they're cool as shit. And they're not wrong. The thing is about taste is it's subjective and it's opinion-based. It's not objective.
What I want them to do, and they probably won't, is if they're going to stick with Wolfen, I want them to take Space Wolves down the Soul-like Gravelords route.
Oh,
Right.
by the way, I saw someone recently
Yeah.
who was kit bashing Space Marine Krieger 40k on Instagram, who I met at, I think the first time I went to no retreat, was kit bashing some of the vampire-y bat people, I'm not sure which one it is, with possessed Marines to make Night Lords possessed. Cool as shit.
Oh, they're stunning.
If you've not seen them, I need to show them to you because they're cool as shit.
Yeah, I think he converted. He did a Lehman Russ out of Big Wolfman, and it looks Radagar the Beast. Yeah, because Radagar the Beast is the perfect format for what Wolfen should be.
Okay.
If they scaled him down a little bit to Primaris size, that would be the perfect Wolfen.
I'm into it.
And then Thunderwolves. The problem is Thunderwolves are stupid.
Yeah, they are.
Wolfen over Thunderwolf.
Yeah, and I think Thunderwolves need to be either big wolves with no riders or not exist at all. Because Primaris, because if any book that's had Space Marines in, Space Wolves in recent, that's come out in recent years, I don't think Thunderwolves have shown up at all.
I've always wanted to have my Space Marine on the base with the wolf kind of behind him, like it's his pet, for want of a better word. I can't remember the word I'm looking for, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like his companion, and then you have wolf attacks and you have his attacks.
Well, there's a lovely person called Chalin that I'm talking to on Instagram who's Stumblefoot Miniatures on Instagram, and he is basically making a Space Wolves arm, and he's green stuffing everything. And the problem is every time I see Space Wolves on Instagram that are being green stuffed by an actual competent person, they look way better than anything I've seen, either 3D printed or released by Games Workshop.
I haven't seen lots of good 3D printed stuff, to be fair.
Yeah, because the way that people have done really, really well with sculpting proper furs and teeth and beards properly, they look amazing.
You've got people like Anvarius out there as well sculpting that sort
I
of shit.
don't think that CAD can capture beards and long hair efficiently.
There's a guy out there called Uplander, I think, on Instagram, who does incredible stuff as well.
He's based out of Salisbury.
Is he?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm into a Space Wolf range refresh. The thing is, I don't want the Space Wolf furry werewolf vibe, but I do think that's the route they're going to go.
I want savages.
Yeah, but so Dark
Barely
Oath
even
for me is like where it should be. Dark Oath for the Slaves of Darkness is where it should be. That aesthetic, but for Space Marines.
Whoever sculpted Dark Oath, or Oathbound, or whatever they're called,
Dark Oath,
give Space Wolves to them.
Yeah, but I don't think that's what we're going to get, but we'll see. Stick Monkey, thank you for the 5. Maybe you go Space Marine bikes versus Orc bikes in the box. Give White Scars the units they are crying out for. Addresses weaknesses in both armies. Fair?
Yeah, because there's no, apart from the chaplain, there's no Space Marine characters on bikes.
There isn't anymore, is there? Yeah. I miss the days, slight addendum, slight aside here, but I miss the days of, here's a librarian on a bike that you can have because you're Dark Angels. There's no model. Make it yourself.
Yeah.
I miss those days.
Well, you had that, and then obviously Blood Angels had the librarian dreadnought. There was a Forge-World chaplain dreadnought that anyone could take. Maybe Templars get, because obviously what do Templars get as a new model? Chaplain dreadnought. Just terrifying chaplain dreadnought. Just goes in his Rex face.
Why would you have a chaplain dreadnought though?
Because when a chaplain get injured, put him in a dreadnought.
I don't know. Does it just become a dreadnought then?
Yeah, but they paint him black, give him a big skull.
That's why Joe wants to paint him black.
I like, because obviously when a librarian gets injured, they don't they put the Blood Angels put their librarians into dreadnoughts. Most chapters don't put librarians in dreadnoughts because once they're injured, when a Space Marine is injured, he gets put in a dreadnought. They tend to go a little bit mental.
I do feel slightly sorry for White Scars, to be fair. based on Sean's statement, because you've said it yourself, right? If you want to play White Scars, you buy loads of bikes, you run them as Dark Angels.
Yeah.
You don't run them as White Scars, you run them as Dark Angels.
Yeah.
Because you get a character on a jet bike that you can run as a character on a bike.
Because the problem with the White Scars detachment in the book is best as Assault Marines. And White Scars aren't an Assault Marine army.
Are they not?
They do have Assault Marines, but they're famous for bikes.
Blood Angels used to have Librarian Dreadnoughts. Rip. Rip.
They've still got the Diff Company Dreadnought. Although, like, Bjorn needs a resculpt. Do they?
For some reason, I also can't see them doing White Scars in a starter box. I can't see them encouraging
I
people to
think
play
they
white.
learned their... Since 6th edition, obviously 6th edition, because 7th edition, they just re-released the Dark Angel box set. And then obviously since then, it's just been non-chapter specific Space Marines. And I think that's the way to go.
Yeah, I agree. For a starter box.
For a starter box set. Because if you have a chapter specific, then you're actually stopping people from buying that box set.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
I think you're right. Brother Alan, thank you for the 10. I just really like a full 12 months proper roadmap, please. Brother Erlen.
If they're intending to get all 13, 14 codexes out in the next year, an actual roadmap for the entire year would be good.
We're not going to get it, though.
We're not going to get it.
Let's be real.
That would be silly.
I also want it, Brother Erlen, but we're not going to get
But
it.
they did it for 8th edition, I think. They gave a full roadmap for like an entire year.
Did they?
I think they did, yeah.
Did they?
Because if they give a full roadmap for the year, if you're in the last 2 months of the year, you're more likely to spend the big bucks for the first 6 months, aren't you?
Excuse me. Yeah, maybe.
On a new army.
Possibly. Marching on podcast, it's not related to the stream, but what is Eddie's podcast he said he was involved on Tuesday? Shit.
It's called Hey You in the Bushes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's his podcast?
Yeah.
Shit.
Stop touching my children.
Not worth watching.
Something...
In the Tank 40k is the podcast.
Having a tank.
Yeah. Tommy Tank 40k.
Yeah.
Pile of Wank 40k.
Yeah.
In the Tank 40k is the name of his podcast, mate. I was going to respond to your comment that you put on probably sometime tomorrow morning. So that's why I haven't got back to it yet, because he put a comment on one of those streams as well, just to prove that I do read all the comments. You put a comment on one of the streams earlier saying, what's his podcast? I think it was on Tuesday's stream. It's In the Tank 40k. You can't miss it. It's got like some weird, like, yellow-red, like, cartoon explosion kind of image background to it. So it's quite obvious which one it is. Yeah. And, Brother Alan, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships.
I hope that...
He's just froze. Going to reboot you?
Does he finally run out?
No. I hope next time you're driving and there's a road diversion,
A diversion.
that you actually have signal to use maps on your phone. Every time I end up with a road diversion around this area, I've never got signal.
The last time the road was closed, I was like, I phoned him, I was like, just follow me. I'll get you back on the motorway.
Yeah.
Because I don't know where, because he sort of stopped in the road behind me on a roundabout, and I was like, he's getting his phone out. I was like, Joe, just follow me.
Yeah.
It's much easier. Thank you so much for 5 gifted, Brother Alan. Roland Bain, thank you for 5 gifted. Some people listen to us, Joe, not many. We're on 25. It's a hard crowd today. Tough crowd.
Yeah. I hope that next time you go to Toby Carvery, that they aren't only taking bookings, you can just walk in, but they're also quiet. So you can just go straight there, no queue.
But it's a trade-off, isn't it, at these places?
Well, the thing is, though, you want to get there when it opens.
Yeah, it's a trade-off for these places, because if it's quiet, it's also possible that the food's just sat there for 40 minutes.
Well, you want to get there like 2 hours in, because if you get there when it opens, there's a high chance you might get some of the stuff from the day before.
If you don't know what a Toby Carvery is, it's basically you go into a pub, essentially, a public house here in the UK, and you go up to essentially a buffet of roast dinner.
Yeah.
And you put it on your plate, whatever you want, right? So if you go to a Toby Carvery that's quiet, it's like, how long have those roast potatoes been sat there under the heat lamp? They're going to be drier than a nun's minge.
Yeah. but not in a good way.
No.
Like,
how's that a good way?
How's
that ever a good way?
But like, as in like, they're dry. Like, because the problem is with roast potatoes.
Man in particular.
Yeah, is that what you like, Jay?
Yeah.
You're only happy if you can actually spit on it.
Yeah, it's like a horse salt lick, innit? You know. No, with the roast potatoes, if you're on a heat lab, because they go from crispy and fluffy to like stodge.
Okay.
You know, like biting into a old malt loaf.
Heard it here first, Jack. Joe likes it dry.
Yeah.
She's a lucky girl this time.
Thank you, Limey Panda, for 5 gifted memberships. I hope next time you're painting white, that your pot of white hasn't separated into white and black, and you have to shake it loads to get rid of that black bit.
Just get a vortex mixer. They're great.
They are, yeah. The vibrating boobs are well good.
I've taken it back home now.
I noticed.
It's on my desk.
Yeah, I was stealing that, taking that home with me.
If you want one, I'll have to order you one, but they're not cheap.
I had one at home, and it just seems to have just stopped working.
Well, I can get you the same one that I got, but they're like 90 quid.
What? For a vibrating boob?
Yeah, but mine isn't dead.
I was just going to pawn shop in town.
But when you buy a vibrating boob, Joe, if you buy a cheap one, it rattles itself to death and dies. Is yours working at home?
No.
There we go. Is mine? Yes.
I'd attach it to the end of a drill. Yeah, put it in hammer mode. Yeah. My partner's got one of those back vibrating gun things.
Yeah.
She told you.
Yeah. One of them ones, is she? All right.
And it looks like a drill with a big
I'm sure it does.
Yeah.
In the bathroom a lot.
And I might
It's no wonder she makes you sleep on the fucking sofa.
Yeah, I'll get the old sticky tape on that and just use that for my paints.
I'd clean it first, Joe. Yeah. Don't use a black light.
Thank you, Josh Lowe. In a recent novel, an Alpha Legion character gets Alpharis' spear, and he has a warband named the Serpent's Teeth. Sounds perfect for a kill team.
It does, doesn't it?
I haven't read that. I haven't got that book on Audible yet, but I know of which one you speak. That's the one with Saint Celestine on the front.
It sounds good though, doesn't it? It sounds like it would work.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why have we never got a Genestealer kill team?
A Genestealer Cult or just Genestealers?
Genestealers.
I don't know.
Because they did a Striking Scorpion one, and they've all got swords. So that it's not a problem where there's no specialists.
I don't know new kill team, right? So based on what I'm about to say, remember, I don't know new kill team. So essentially, my opinion is null and void here, right? But when I spoke to GW about new kill team, and they originally wanted me to go and trial it before it was released, I kind of politely refused. I said I'd go, then I said I wasn't going to go, then I said I'd go, then I was like, actually, I don't think it's for me. And we don't show kill team on the channel because I'd rather just stream a game of 40k, personally. I think I just enjoy a full game of 40k more.
Yeah.
And I said, look, my favourite kill team, the one that I have in the studio here, would be Striking Scorpions because I'm an Eldar man, and I just don't like when Kill Team first came out years ago. I got quite excited about it, and I got quite excited because of the concept of kit bashing 6 Space Marines, looking very much like the specialists I'm choosing, and taking specialist war gear, and essentially playing a mini version of Hero Hammer with Kill Team. When my Kill Team is Striking Scorpions, and it is Exarch and Scorpions, and you've got Pistol and Chainsword, and GW said to me, yeah, but they can do loads of cool shit. Scorpions can do loads of cool shit, and I don't know what that translates to in Kill Team because I haven't played the new version. But I'm like, that's cool that because they're Scorpions they can do cool shit. Yeah. But I still just have.
But at the same time, if you look at the most recent Scions one, you got a guy with a melter bomb, you got a guy with 2 pistols, a guy with a sword, you got a guy with a melter gun or a plasma gun. You know, they got the cool sentry robot. They've got all these cool actual specialist people. Yeah. And then you got the basic grunts and stuff. And I just feel like having a unit with all the same thing doesn't make sense. But at the same time, when they released Gallodark, which was the kill team setting on the Space Hulk thing, they were like, all the kill teams you're going to get are going to make sense within the realms of a massive Space Hulk. And I was like, where's the Genestealers?
I'm just really torn though, because for me, Eldar Scorpions being a kill team, so Banshees aren't a kill team. So I'm not particularly fussed that I've got 5 poses that are essentially repeated. Right? It doesn't really bother me all that much. Not a kill team. Scorpions are a kill team, but we've just got... It very much feels like they're going, here's Scorpions, we've done the same as we did with the Banshee kit, but we're not going to put them in a normal box, we'll put them in a kill team box.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to do, just put them in a kill team box and make them a kill team.
I wouldn't be too upset if they announced this weekend a Catachan kill team.
That'd be cool.
Because much like I did with the Krieg kill team, I can make an army from that.
But do you not think that they could potentially, if they wanted to really lean into it, do that with almost all of the custom regiments?
Yeah.
A Mordian Iron Guard kill team.
Yeah.
A Vestroyan kill team. I mean, a Steel Legion kill team. That'd be fucking cool as shit, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Valhallan kill team.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'd be spending so much money on fucking kill team if they brought out Valhallan kill team, and he would not stop bugging me. Would you?
I'd be quite happy. But then I'd also be annoyed if they released the Valhallan one after the effort I've gone through. I don't think I'd do the Valhallan one because I've already got a Valhallan army.
You say that, and then if the kit came out and it was absolutely perfect aesthetically, you'd be like, oh, damn it.
I'd definitely do Catachan. I'd love a Mordian / Praetorian one, like a Praetorian Guard one, with pith helmets and epaulets. That would be banging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to build a Krieg army after my Eldar, to be fair.
Or-
Actual Krieg.
The license to print money, why haven't we had a Tanith kill team?
Yeah, I agree. A lot of people would buy that. 100%.
That's Games Workshop basically funding itself for an entire year off of one kill team box set. Because there's people that don't play Warhammer now, that have read those books and probably played Warhammer in the past, that would just buy that box set.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, I'm coming back to 40k. I'm just buying that box set 20 times.
Yeah, I think what I might do after my Eldar army, because I'm actually really enjoying... If you know, Joe, but I painted a full model.
Oh, yeah.
Well, a couple actually, but
Yeah.
yeah, I've shared it a few times.
Yeah. I've seen less pictures of like when people share pictures of their children. Like, I've had a baby.
Oh, fuck the kids. Not literally.
Hang on.
I know you're on that register.
I know you chose violence today.
But I'm prouder of the model than the children, to be fair.
Yeah.
But Joe's actually seen it in person.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good. I like it.
Just good.
Perfectly adequate.
Wow.
I don't know what... I said it was really good the first time. I'm not going to keep saying it was amazing. I'm not going to toss you off over it, you know? Every time I showed you a model, be good when it's done.
Yeah. Not every time.
Where's Z Highland? Oh, there's a little mould line there.
Not every time.
Why is it not perfect?
Not every time. What did I say to you when you brought those Banshees in?
They look better than the photographs.
Significantly better than the photograph. They're actually really nice, is what I said.
You didn't even respond to the photographs. You're like, cool.
No, because they looked a bit shit in the photographs.
Yeah.
But in person, they look fucking incredible.
Yeah.
That's what I said to you, out
Remember, I
loud,
tell you,
using my words.
Pay monkeys, get monkeys.
Pay monkeys, get monkeys. Absolutely. Kev Thacker, thank you for 5 gifted memberships.
Yeah, thank you. I hope, Kev, that it snows on Friday, settles, continues to snow through Saturday, and then they give you like Monday and Tuesday off work.
Into it.
Because you can't get in, it's too much snow.
Thank you for the 1 gifted membership. That puts us on 26. Are we not entertaining you today, chat?
Are you not entertained?
Apparently,
I have from a good source, the new Gladiator film is terrible.
Can we get to halfway?
It's quite good.
Can we get to... I've heard it's quite good. Can we get to halfway? Can we get 24 more members in the chat?
I refuse to accept
Is your
it's good.
source just you talking to yourself?
No.
Okay.
No.
Joe, I can't afford to watch it. It's probably shit.
No.
Yeah.
Well, no, Dan watched it last night.
Well, to be fair, I do trust Dan's opinion.
Yeah.
So, okay.
But then he said he didn't like the second half of the new Alien film.
I haven't seen it, so I can't...
Oh, that looks great.
Banging.
Is it?
Really good.
So maybe we can't trust Dan's opinion.
He has got some points that there are some stupid bits in the second half.
He's playing on Tuesday,
Yeah.
so we can get chat to grill him then.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Grimwitch Bun, thank you for the 5. Crackpot Theory, Alpha Legion Army, all the lore in the book contradicts itself, and they can be aliased into Chaos or Imperium armies.
Allied. I think he means allied. But he did say alien.
Allied into allied.
Well, the thing is, though, like, I'd
right.
like to see them maybe become the new Fallen.
Okay.
Because remember when you could run Fallen in Chaos Space Marines and Space Marines with Cypher? Whereas Cypher is now very officially Chaos Space Marines according to the Codex, which bugged me.
I preferred it in the past.
Yeah, when you could have them in both.
Yeah.
Because they were like slightly worse than Stern Guard, slightly worse than Chosen.
Yeah, but could go in both. And
both.
we're mostly there for a narrative choice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which I don't have a problem with.
Yeah.
I'd like to see an actual fallen kill team. Like
That'd be cool.
Like a mishmash of different armor marks and then different, like, he's got like a Mark III shoulder pad and a Mark VII shoulder pad, you know?
I'd like to see a Legion of the Damned kill team.
Oh, that would be cool.
In plastic.
That would be cool.
I love those old metal minis.
Yeah.
I had some of them.
They fell off the narrative deep end, didn't they? Games Workshop were like, off you go. We don't need you right now.
Yeah, I mean, I like Legion of the Damned.
Yeah.
I'd like to see
Especially
them kill team.
with the Maledicts, the Cicatrix Malediction jobby, right?
Nearly.
Did you just have a stroke?
Yeah. The Slibbity Wibbid. Yeah. The Slibble Slooble, right?
Yeah, the flibbity flobber job.
Yeah. The Maledips. The Maledicts.
Cicatrix Maledictum.
Yeah, the Cicatrix Maledictum, yeah. Legion of the Damned are a perfect narrative choice.
Yeah.
Popping up all over the place.
Do they acknowledge they exist anymore?
I don't know. I think somewhere someone said that like because before people said that they are originally the idea was that they were an embodiment of the Emperor's dead Space Marines coming to help people, and then someone at Games Workshop was like, oh no, they used to be like the Firehawks chapter.
Do you think you were more compelled to play Kill Team or less compelled to play Kill Team when it was a book, no specific boxes, and you can take what you want and build your own Kill Team? Or do you think you're more compelled now that you know you can pick up a single box, the rules come in the box, and that's your Kill Team? Which one do you think you
I
prefer?
liked it when it was the first edition of Kill Team. I played a lot of Kill Team.
Did you?
When it I
played a bit, but
I
not a
didn't
lot.
play it when it started. I played it when they started releasing elites and characters.
Okay.
So you could have a squad with a heavy weapon guy, a heavy space marine, a scout with a sniper rifle, a chaplain, a bunch of normal guys, and a Terminator kind of thing. That's when it got really, really cool because then you could put some kind of narrative into it. Because you could go, this is a specialised team that's going to do a job. And then you can make a cool guard one with a heavy weapon team.
Sean says Kill Team was so much better when you could build your own. Yeah. So I don't know if I could call it better. I've played that original version. Yeah. I haven't played the new version, so I can't comment on whether I think it's better.
I played not the new edition, but the one before, and it really bugged me. Like you could take 3 rubrics, 1 sorcerer kind of thing, and some. So I
didn't play that one either.
And it was super weird. I didn't like it because I was like, I think Kill Team is obviously a very popular, balanced kind of competitive game. But what I want from Kill Team, because I don't want to play Kill Team competitively, because if I'm going to do a competitive event, I want to pay AOS or 40k. Like, what I want from Kill Team is my small matchup of an Inquisitor with his henchman. And then they really missed the mark with that box set when they give you the henchman but not the Inquisitor.
Yeah.
And Games Workshop seem to have decided that they don't have inquisitorial stormtroopers anymore. That bugs me. On a cellular level, why weren't Kassakin or Scions in Agents of the Imperium?
I'll be honest with you, my personal opinion is Agents of the Imperium was a fantastic idea executed fucking awfully.
Oh, it was garbage.
I think the concept of Agents of the Imperium is great.
They didn't need to have the Sisters Battle Squad in there. Get rid of that. Grey Knights could have get in the bin. They don't need to be in that book. I like the idea of the Enforcers. They were really cool. And like the policemen, the RBEs, good, and the space people. But I was like, and the Death Watch Kill Team, perfect place for that. But they needed Death Watch. They needed inquisitorial stormtroopers.
Yeah, like I say, I think the narrative concept behind Imperial Agents, one of the best ideas they've come up with in recent times. Execution, fucking -2 out of 10.
Yeah,
dog shit.
Yeah,
as someone who bought the Agents book, the concept is so cool, but damn, the rules are atrocious.
Also,
exactly, Linux.
No Eisenhorn. I know we had
what was that?
No Eisenhorn.
Okay, good. If you use all your lips and move your mouth around, it sounds
no better. Eisenhorn. I know he had a resin model in the past. I have that resin model. I know they probably don't. I don't know if they sell him anymore. I'd have to check.
I don't think so.
Could have got a new plastic. Oh no, considering what Cotiers look like, I probably don't think I did. I do want one. Games Workshop.
You dropped the Born Agents? Yeah, they did, absolutely. 100%.
Do you think they should have put Knights in Imperial Agents?
No. I don't think.
So, back to what we were talking about with Harlequins, I don't think Knights should have ever been a standalone army.
No.
I think allowing Knights to be one complete standalone army on its own was a bad call.
Them being an army on their own. Oh, Games Workshop do sell Eyes on Horn still. There he is. Eyes on Horn still available on the Games Workshop website.
24. Is he resin or is he fine cast? If he's resin, maybe. If he's fail cast, fuck off. You'd have to pay me.
Well, technically, fine cast is resin.
No, it's not.
It's not the new resin.
No, it's not.
It's the fine cast style resin.
Yeah.
He's a stunning model. He's a stunning model. I just don't understand why they didn't give him rules. Makes me sad.
Interesting. Anywho, thank you. Who was that one? That was good. Thank you, Ash, for the 5. No, the Eldar team is a mix of Scorpions, Banshees, and Dire Avengers, all with their aspect abilities. I'll have to look into it. I'll have to look into the rules. I'm sure I can find them somewhere that I probably have to pay for.
I go for a wee-wee.
Of course you are. Of course you are. The thing is, I'd like to know how that works, to be fair, Ash. I've been tempted to, as a kill team, I've been tempted to buy the Corsair Void Scarred box, only because you get a Way Seeker, you get the guy with a Wraith Cannon, you get a couple of other different little characters in there. And it actually feels more like a kill team. It feels like a unit of independent individuals that have special abilities and things that they do that just aren't 5 guys with chainswords and pistols. Now, if it's true that the Banshee, Scorpions and Dire Avengers all work separately, here comes another issue, right? A box of 10 Striking Scorpions is £47.50 because it's a kill team box. A box of 5 Howling Banshees, I think, is £37.50. And a box of 5 Dire Avengers is like 30 quid. So at that point, to run the kill team that you're talking about, we're talking about 130 to 140 quid's worth of money for just 15 elves. Well, no, it's 20 because the Scorpions are a 10-man box, right? That's where I have a problem. So rules-wise, that sounds cool. And obviously, for me personally, I have Dire Avengers at home, I have Scorpions at home, I have Banshees at home. It's not so much of an issue for me to actually run that unit. So I'm complaining about something that will affect other people. If other people want to go, I want to paint some Eldar, but I don't really want to build an army of it, kill team's the answer. I'm going to look at, I don't want to do the Void Scarred, I don't like the Corsair type stuff. I want to do Aspect Warriors. Wait, I've got to spend 130 quid to run a viable kill team of options. It's a bit shitty, innit? It's a bit shitty when you think about it. I mean, it grips me the price of Banshees anyway. It's nearly 80 quid for 10 Banshees. Fucking 140 points worth. More kill team rules are free than 40k ones. I mean, okay. I wonder who does the rules for them. I wonder if it's the same fucking team. I bet it's not. Knights should not have been released before Dark Mechanicum. When they finally come out, Knights can be folded into their respected Martian cult. Knights should always have stayed in AdMech, but I don't dislike Tom's idea of putting Knights in Imperial Agents as an ally, but only if they hadn't ever been their own army.
I mean, Canis Rex is in every single Agent's army anyway.
Yep.
Well. Yeah, I feel like Knights should have been one of those that's like a bolt-on. It's like Imperial Agents could just be called Imperial Allies.
Yeah.
But, you know. Okay. Linus Experiment, thank you for the 5 gifted. I just stalled because it's you now, isn't it? Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships.
Linus. I hope that next time you park for a long period of time in a multi-story car park or any car park, so that when you go to pay when you leave, there's like a sign saying it's like out of order. No need to pay today.
It's actually free.
Yeah, it's free parking.
That's quite nice. That's quite a nice hope, that, Joe.
Yeah.
I like that hope. I'm a fan of that one. Thank you so much.
Especially if it's a hospital, because those things are mad expensive.
How do you actually say it? Is it Linus? Like we talked about this last time. I forgot
thought
what it was.
Linux or Linux.
Is it Linux?
I think it was Linux.
Can you spell it for me phonetically, please? Not you, Joe, because you can't spell your own name.
I thought it was Linux, like the
J-O. Kev, thank you for the 10. Thanks, Joe, but I'm a retired pensioner.
Oh.
What did you wish for him?
Get a day off work.
Oh. You'd still have housework.
Well, hopefully you've got a nice fireplace with a nice roaring fire with the snow coming down gently outside.
Oh, it was a snow wish, was it?
Yeah.
In that case, Mr. the Kev, I hope the next time it snows, it doesn't kill you. That's the risk for old people right now in this country, isn't it?
Yeah. No heating for
Especially since the fucking government changed,
Yeah.
Cunts.
Linux.
Lynn X. Okay,
Linux.
cool, thank you. Evan, thank you for the 1 gifted membership. And then, Brodicus Maximus, thank you for 20 gifted membership.
Yeah. Well done.
We're on 52, chat. Can we get to 60?
Yeah.
8 to go.
I hope next time you go to a McDonald's drive-through, there's no queue.
Is that a problem you commonly face? A queue at drive-through?
The
I
ones
can't do drive-through.
No. Why?
Because I don't like the idea of sitting with my food in my lap in the car. I would always park up and just go into the restaurant.
I hate the inside of McDonald's.
I'm not saying I like it. I just like that I can eat my food on a table, sat upright.
It's like it would be like eating inside a nightclub with all the for me.
It's the one
everything's
time.
sticky, people everywhere, loud noises.
If I eat fucking McDonald's in my car, it's the one time I eat my chicken sandwich and I drop fucking mayonnaise on my crotch just before I get out next. It looks like I've been doing something else.
I got
with your missus's massage gun.
it was either last week or this Tuesday just gone, where I bought a drive-through coffee and then I sipped a bit and then it went down my top and I was like, oh.
At least it's coffee though.
Yeah.
A coffee stain is less embarrassing, I find, than a mayonnaise stain.
Yeah.
To be fair, Joe. Yeah. Thank you so much, Brodicus, for the 20 gifted. You're an absolute legend.
And thank you, John McConnell, for 20 gifted memberships.
I mean, it wasn't in order, but okay, Joe.
Whatever. John, and we love
Thank you, John, you fucking legend, for 20 gifted memberships. What do you hope for John?
I hope, John, that all of your Horus Heresy wish list units get announced tomorrow.
I hope, John, that you buy a lottery ticket this weekend and you win the jackpot and no one else wins it.
Yeah. And then you move to England.
You deserve all that money, quite frankly, with the way you support everyone.
Yeah. And you move here and live down in the woods.
In the New Forest?
No, in the New Forest, yeah.
Come live in the New Forest, in a lovely big house, and then we can give you free reign of Hobby House here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope you win the biggest money on the lottery. The Linux Experiment, thank you for 5 more gifted memberships.
Thank you. I hope that next time you go to the zoo, there's like free roaming penguins everywhere, and one just follows you everywhere you go.
That puts us 3 away from 80 members.
Really? That's well good, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Exmoor Zoo used to have free roam penguins, and they always used to wait by the exit. Because when someone opened the gates, they just rush out into the car park.
Someone said who's playing who tonight. So I'm down to play Paddy, but I'm very concerned about how exhausted I'll be tomorrow if I actually play Paddy. So Joe's offered to play Tyranids.
Yeah. Versus Blood Angels.
So we might do that. Because I'm currently feeling pretty good, and I'm concerned that if I take the piss out of myself by then standing there and playing a game and presenting, I might feel shit. I also don't know what plays all right into his Blood Angels. So
Quite an aggressive Blood Angels army.
is it? I don't. Because I don't want to play World Eaters into Blood Angels, because that's just...
You don't want to do that.
Everyone run in the middle and fight. I don't want to play Dark Angels into them, because I don't like Loyalists versus Loyalists, really. I don't know. Hard. I could play Eldar, but our army isn't ready yet. It's not ready. Although we have got more Banshees than Jane's are.
So I've finished Jane's are 20 Banshees, 10 Scorpions.
Which means although they're all based differently, we do have 20 Scorpions, 10, 50,
What did
20
you base
Banshees.
the Scorpions that you did?
Badly.
Oh.
It'll be easy to change them though. Quite easy to change them. It'll just literally be that brown and then the dry brush and the wash is done. For now at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. Liam is poorly white. I don't like to mention it, Kev. I don't like to mention it.
Yeah.
I don't like to go on about
me?
it. Adam Jones, thank you for 5 gifted memberships.
There's Jones.
Adam Jones, you fucking cloth-eared twat.
Is that our Adam?
No, he's Shepherd Jones, isn't he?
I don't know if it comes up on here as. Well, thank you, Adam Jones, whoever you may be. I hope that you don't have to drive near or live near a smelly sewage plant.
Oh, fair.
Yeah. On the road out of here towards the motorway, there's a real pungent whiff near the train station area.
Up Thomas Lewis Way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and every time I drive back that way from this place with Luce in the car, every time we get to that point, she looks at me, she's like, have you... It's like, no, it's the same fucking part of the drive every time. Yeah. I don't, every time we come to the studio, wait till I get in the car, drive for 5 minutes and go, it doesn't happen, Luce. Yeah. She's like, is it you? And then she looks at you with this stupid accusing face, which makes me laugh. And then she's like, it is you! I'm like, no, I'm laughing at your stupid face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Learn your place. Last night when our children were going to bed, I walked in and farted and left. And they couldn't get to sleep.
We didn't need that level of sharing, to be fair.
I do all the time.
Yeah. Okay.
Sometimes I'll get up from downstairs, walk upstairs, open the door.
Yeah.
Close the door.
So I had a week this week of really wanting to play Eddie and really wanting to play Paddy, but yesterday was a write-off after Tuesday. I feel much, much better today than I did on Tuesday. I don't want tomorrow to be a write-off because I'm really excited about doing some more painting. Like, really excited about doing some more painting. So I feel like I might step back and produce tonight. And when I say I might step back and produce, I might step back and let Tom do most of the producing tonight and be there for the launch and as a supervisor to start with, just so I can kind of chill a bit and let you crack on. Yeah. And I think I'm going to be bold enough to say you're kind of back to having fun with 40k at the moment.
Yeah, I'm in a good mood. It is Adam Shepherd-Jones.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's coming to play with us soon.
Oh, Adam, I'm sorry about last week, you fucking legend. Did I book you a date in? I can't remember.
Yeah.
He's my favourite person called Adam. That's not my old best friend from school.
Oh.
So that's 2 Adams I like, just so you know.
Don't want to come around and eat cheese?
We have cheese and pork nights. It's fucking great. And then you wake up the next morning feeling awful because there's a lot of cheese and a lot of pork.
Middle class of you.
Huh?
How incredibly middle class of you.
It's fucking incredibly middle class of you, yeah. I think the last time he came over, it was cheese and pork and cigar night. Fucking great, Joe, yeah.
Was it after a round of golf?
No. I used to play golf.
Yeah.
I'm not very good, though. I play regimental golf. Looking left, right. That's how I play golf. Not very well. I haven't played golf for a very long time.
I've never played golf because I know that I'd be terrible at it.
Well, you don't know that. It's just swinging a bat at a ball, isn't it?
Yeah, but
big long bat.
Ball. I feel like the ball is too small and the bat's too long, and the thing you got to hit the ball with is also too small. Cricket or tennis is fine. I was shit at tennis. Don't want that.
I was shit at cricket. When they're throwing a ball at 100 mile an hour, I was shit at cricket as well.
I loved cricket.
I fucking hate cricket.
I loved cricket, and I used to play a lot of squash.
My dad used to, when I was younger, my dad was like, do you want to come to the cricket at the Rose Bowl in Hampshire? I was like, no. I was like, why would I want to do that? I fucking hate cricket. He's like, yeah, but hot day, sunshine, there's a bar. Yeah, all right, I'll come. Go, Mum would be like, how's the cricket? Yeah. Not a fucking clue. No idea. Just sat at the bar. Anyway. Thank you, Adam, for the 5 gifted. We'll get you booked back in soon, mate, because I miss you. Sal, thank you for the 5. GSC did have a kill team release recently. It was a box of Cadies with an upgrade sprue. I think Hyper Elite armies are a mistake.
Did that one also come with the Brood Lord and the Magus and the other one?
I don't know.
Part of me feels like that was a really good kill team.
Honestly, Joe, I don't know. The thing is with Genestealer Cults, right? I feel like Genestealer Cults are a Marmite army in 40k. Yeah. So I feel like people that love Genestealer Cults really fucking love Genestealer Cults. Yeah. People that don't love Genestealer Cults are just not interested at all. And I unfortunately typically fall into the latter category. If they had never brought Genestealer Cults into 40k, I wouldn't care. Yeah. I wouldn't give a shit.
I really enjoyed playing Genestealer Cult when I played them. But Genestealer Cult as an army they suffer from the fact that they don't play on the tabletop like how they do in the narrative.
Okay.
Because
I don't really know the narrative very much either.
So in their narrative,
there's a little bit I've had from
the Genestealer Cults.
Caiaphas Cain.
The quick and short of it is basically a bunch of Genestealers infiltrate a planet, and then basically they subvert the planet to basically indoctrinate humans by like implanting them with Genestealer. And then over time, the people who have been implanted make babies, and those babies are an extension of the hive mind until the babies become hybrids, they're all like extra arms, until eventually they make like near perfect copies of humans. And then weirdly, those near perfect copies of humans then poop out a pure strain Genestealer. It's weird, it doesn't make sense. But basically what they do is once they've, after generations, have basically subverted large parts of the planet, got into the RBTs, got into the government, when they know, and then once they've got enough control, they send out a message to the hive mind, and then that brings a Tyranid fleet to the planet.
That devours everything.
Yes, but what they do is that once they know the Tyranid hive fleet's close, then they like rise up like their day of ascension, and then create loads of havoc, cause loads of problems, have loads of infighting, so that when the hive fleet turns up, realistically, they don't have much to fight because the Genestealer cult have caused all the problems.
What the Tyranids need to worry about fighting.
Yeah, it's like putting water in petrol in your car, turning street signs round, stealing bikes, putting cars on bricks.
I've never really cared for them, to be honest.
They're not. What they're not is what they are in the game, which is a weird orc horde-like army that constantly redeploys and...
Well, the redeploying I get, because it's the infiltrating and subversion, isn't it? I get that in terms of narrative.
But it's like, here's a 20-man blob, here's a 10-man blob. I really like aberrants. I've always really liked aberrants.
Yeah, so I always feel like Genestealer Cult units should be smaller, not 10 and 20-man blobs. Smaller units, more elite. Yeah. Because they're literal Genestealer infused humans. Yeah. Right? But, I think if they'd never bought them out in 40k, I wouldn't care. Also, what
bugs me about Genestealer Cult, and it's such a real minor thing that bugs me, that they enforce on Genestealer Cult but no one else, is that narratively, leading the Genestealer Cult is one Brood Lord. Because it is the Brood Lord. You can only have one in your army because it is the leader. It makes narrative sense. Yeah. But obviously you can have 3 units of Genestealers, but that's not a problem because you've got a Brood Lord who leads one that's super cool, super elite. But they don't enforce that on anything else. It's hard, isn't it? Like Space Marine Cap. Why can you have multiple Space Marine captains?
Do you think?
In an army?
So here's an interesting conversation. Actually, it's an aside, and we're supposed to finish soon, but I think we'll talk about this for 10 minutes. As an aside, do you think in 10th edition they could get away with limiting each army to one of specific types of characters? So a single captain or chapter master, a single war boss. Because I feel like the way that certain, if we talk about war boss, we talk about orcs, they've got a detachment whereby you only really get your benefits if there's a war boss in the unit, or it's a nob unit. So you need to have more than one war boss.
I think the problem is that if you do, it changes the game so fundamentally that the killing aspect of armies goes down because your normal units are less reliable.
Do you think they built it with the intention, though, that people will be taking multiple captains and multiple war bosses?
I don't think games, but I don't think that. So I don't know what the mentality is now, right? But when we were playtesting, talking to the rules writing team, I think in their heads that, because when they wrote the rules, they were like, the reason this unit does this is because it can do this in the narrative. Right? Yeah. So in their heads,
my experience too.
In their heads, they were like, well, I'm going to run a Space Marine army. I'm going to have one captain, one chaplain, a lieutenant, a couple infantry squads, one Terminator squad, one Dreadnought, one tank. And that's how I think that's what they think in their head.
Yeah.
That's how
people will impose their own restrictions based on their own narrative, rather than that's really good, I'm going to take loads.
And they've got that Games Workshop in their heads like, they're going to run an army that looks like an army because that's what we've always done. But what they don't realise is they're handing the rule set to a huge competitive scene who go, that's the best unit, I'm just going to take that unit 3 times, and then that's the next best unit, so I'll take that 3 times.
And they're buffed by this character, so I'm going to take all those characters.
Yeah. I don't know if that mentality's changed at all.
Yeah,
I think because the problem is like you said, so many detachments now and so many units are so dependent on having characters in them.
I think I personally preferred the restrictions in 9th that said you can have one captain or chapter master, one war boss.
Yeah.
But I don't think it works in 10th right now. I think if they brought that restriction in, even though it would be applied to every single army, it just doesn't work. It's worse for certain factions than others, so there's an imbalance.
Yeah,
so I don't think they can do it.
They'd have to rework how CP works. They'd have to rework how armies function. Stratagems almost become unusable. Not unusable, you can still use them, but they are far more limiting on what you can do. Because like Space Marines and Chaos Space Marines and to a limit like Tyranids rely on having characters that give you cheap stratagems.
Yeah.
Because you need those stratagems to function. Whereas some armies don't even have access to the stratagem costs extra CP.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it would break the game, but I want it to go back to that because I want armies to look like armies again.
Yeah, so I don't know if I've mentioned this, but I'm painting my Eldar. And I actually, like my list only has a single seer in.
Yeah.
And I don't know how I feel about having a foot farseer and a bike farseer in the same army. Now, Eldar, narratively speaking, have had seer councils in the past with multiple seers, so you kind of get away with it. But those seer councils are supposed to operate together. But then a bike seer gives me one ability and a foot seer gives me a different ability. I have refrained majoritatively from the lists I'm writing for the models I want to build and paint from putting multiples of similar units in the same. But the Eldar Codex is one of those where actually spamming a character, with the exception perhaps of Spirit Seers, doesn't really benefit you.
What I find weird about the Eldar Index, we don't know what's in the Codex, is the limited amount of units that characters can join.
I think it's better.
It's good and it's also bad. So but that's a problem with characters itself, because I've always said that all characters should have lone op. Or they should all have lone op. Or they gain lone op when they're within 3 inches of one of their units, like an infantry.
With infantry monster keyword, depending on what they are.
So, because if you take a Farseer on a bike, he can only join
Wind Riders
or Warlock Conclave on a bike.
Yep.
On bikes, which makes sense. But if you don't, but if you're trying to fine tune your army, you don't want to have to pay the tax of a terrible unit of Wind Riders or a terrible unit of Warlocks.
I don't hate them in Warlocks because they're -1 to wound, but
you still have to pay the tax.
You don't have to, but you do. I know what you're saying.
Also,
I think Eldar character, if we ignore the sheer broken fucking rules for that army when it came out, they're one of the few armies where you didn't really see spammed of multiples of the same character.
Do you think that the two Warlock bike conclaves going to go away? By the way,
I hope not. Why?
I think it will, because the Warlock conclave on foot is 2, because the box is 2.
Yeah.
Whereas to have a legal unit of Warlock conclave on bikes, you have to buy 2 Warlock
But
models.
Warlocks on a single bike is its separate unit. Oddly, doesn't get lone up. Has to join Wind Riders.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
So I reckon you'll just get Warlocks on bikes that have to join units.
But I don't know.
I think Warlocks need to go back to being squad upgrades.
There was someone, Sam in the Thanes in the day, had got everything completely wrong. But, and I'm not calling him out because he got everything completely wrong, but he came up with something that I actually kind of loved. Because, so I've built a Autarch Wayleaper, okay?
Yeah.
Now, Autarch Wayleaper in the Codex is lone op, and he does operate on his own. And he's got swooping hawk wings. Yeah. So you got uppy downies and stuff, doesn't he? Right? And he was like, wait, can't he join swooping hawks? I was like, no, he's lone op. What could he join then? Because he was like, I thought that if you gave it a Banshee Mask, it could join Banshees, and if you gave it a Scorpion Chainsword or Mandy Blast, it could join Scorpions. If you give it, I was like, no. But I actually kind of like that idea.
feel like it should, though.
I like the idea that if you've got on your Autarch 3 pieces of war gear, so I've got a Star Lance, a Fusion Gun, fucking Banshee Mask, and Wings. So I feel like I should allow him to join Banshees, fucking swooping hawks, fire dragons, and the Star Lance is actually a jet bike thing.
But he's not a jet bike. But you can take. Do you reckon you might get an Autark on a Wind Rider jet bike?
As a model,
my
yogurt would be everywhere.
Yeah, because he hasn't got one currently.
No, you have to basically kit bash a Shining Spear.
Yeah, which means that you have to buy a Shining Spear squad to then make 3 Autarks on bikes that could only join Wind Riders. I feel like he should be able to join Shining Spears.
100%. Or be a lone op.
Yeah.
And be a missile. Because in 9th edition, you used to build him on a bike as a missile.
Yeah.
And off you'd send him. It was fucking great. And if you ran Simhan, which I did, because they were my favourite craft world, my favourite 2 craft worlds, Simhan, Ulthway.
Yeah.
This is why my scheme is basically a combination of both. If you run him in Simhan, you give him the Warlord trait, the relic, etc., and he was off he'd go. He's fucking great. Anywho, we had 5 more gifted, didn't we? Alex Gourlay, thank you for 5 gifted memberships.
Thank you. I hope that I hope that this Christmas you don't drink too much and shit yourself.
It's a real risk.
Yeah.
It's a real risk. If you also want hopes,
Yeah.
5 gifted or more, you get a kind of hope like that from Jay. Have you ever drank too much and shit yourself?
No. I remember...
I don't believe for a moment that you've never shit yourself.
I have shit myself, but not from drinking too much.
Didn't require alcohol.
Yeah, it did not require alcohol. The last time I did it, I was incredibly ill and I trusted a fart in bed.
I've done that.
And I don't know why I did it, because I had been sat on the toilet a lot for the previous 24 hours.
I didn't trust a fart, Jay. What happened was I woke up as my bowels went, yeah, we're getting rid of this.
Yeah.
And it turned out to be a 48-hour norovirus bug, which fucking obliterated me.
Yeah,
I was very unwell.
I've nearly pissed myself a few times from being drunk.
Have you?
Yeah. But that was I haven't drunk heavily in a long time. Or actually, that's like, I drank incredibly heavy at Hellstorm, but I didn't piss myself.
You did,
but when I was like
just
10 years ago, when I
streak
was
started.
drinking a lot, I did. But yeah. I remember once when
no one in chat is surprised, by the way.
I remember once, like, it must have been like 12, 13 years ago, I remember being drunk and then just lighting a cigarette in the middle of a nightclub.
When it was banned still.
When it was banned, yeah. And then I was like, oh. And then someone was like, you can't do that in here. I was like, yeah, we haven't been able to do it for like nearly 10 years. But, you know, when in Rome.
Yeah. Right, what's lined up for next AOS content? We will have a live game of AOS on Tuesday, which will be Iron Jaws versus Slaves to Darkness.
Sorry,
That's what you've got coming on Tuesday, Mr. the Because of Dragons. And then we'll have a Liam and Joe AOS show on Tuesday lunchtime where we might talk about said Slaves to Darkness book, maybe, perhaps, possibly, because we might have it, maybe, perhaps, possibly.
Yeah. Maybe.
Anywho... Oh, fucking hell.
Me and Tom have got to finish our game.
Yes.
It's not going to take long.
And
Joe wants to finish a game that he's playing against Tom, practicing competitively, to then set up to play a practice competitive game against Paddy, to then set up and play on stream against Paddy.
Yeah.
It's his own little RTT.
He's running a little RTD a day, and I'm just sat in the corner rocking, sobbing, fucking setting the stream up. So, we're going to disappear. Thank you so much for all the super chats, the engagement, the gifteds. We got to 87 gifteds, the highest we've had on the Liam and Joe show for a while, actually. 87 gifteds. Thank you so much. We were 3 away from 90, 13 away from 100. You people are amazing. Thank you so much. We love you.
I was thinking about
Careful.
some kind of
Big
money raising scheme.
Right, scheme. Okay. Let's hear this then, Joe. Come on.
I came up with this idea the other day. I don't know what I would do it in aid of, but people, you are all joking, saying that like everyone was like saying like you should play the dwarf men, the
Fire Slayers.
The Fire Slayers dressed as a Fire Slayer.
Yeah.
A part of me was like, well, what can I do? Like, if I was going to do it, I'd do it for a reason. Something to think about. That I'm open to the idea of playing Fire Slayers one day dressed as a Fire Slayer.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not wearing any clothes.
Yeah, just pants. maybe like a belly band.
Well, I've got the heating working here today.
Yeah.
I came in here today, chat, at like fucking 10:30, and Joe put the aircon on, and 2 of the main cassettes over the table were kicking out cold air.
Yeah.
I was like, why have you put the fucking cooling on?
I hadn't. I put on the hot
It
air.
was on cold.
Oh.
A little fucking snowflake thing, and I changed it to the little heating sun thing, and it went warm.
Well, I think like spray ginger beard, spray ginger hair, temporary.
I don't know how temporary that is, but
The spray on one. I'll do it on a Thursday. But I have to do it on a Tuesday, wouldn't I? Yeah. But part of me feels like I have to do it for something. Pay off Joe's debt.
how much is that?
I don't know, like $5,000.
There's a lot in it.
Yeah. I mean, I'd wear pants and spray my hair ginger and my beard ginger for $5,000.
Yeah.
So,
I think you do a lot of things, though, wouldn't you, to be fair?
yeah.
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 I think you suck off a horse on camera.
No, not on camera.
Anyway,
Yeah.
thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Like I said, thank you for 87 gifted, you beautiful human beings. We love you dearly. That means that tonight's target is only 113. Look at you go. You're amazing human beings. We have got a live game of 40k tonight, which will be Paddy with his Blood Angels, with his list that says, are Reavers actually good? He's bringing lots of Reavers. And probably Joe and Tyranids, because my voice is a little sore right now.
Yeah. People have said they want a Devastation of Baal style game.
Yeah.
It won't be because there were no Primaris there.
I need to not exhaust myself tomorrow because I also want to paint some stuff tomorrow and carry on that
Your
painting
entire
train.
body.
I was exhausted yesterday, Joe, just for being here for a day. But you'd warned me that this was a post effect of
Basically,
COVID.
having like the long COVID, basically, if you do something on a day, you're basically the next day is a bit of a write-off.
Yeah, I need to get out of that cycle pretty quickly.
I remember I'd get up, feel fine as you do a dog walk, feeling great, and an hour later it'd been like I'd been hit by a truck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it's been like.
And I'm like, cool, nothing.
But I need to get out of that cycle pretty quickly because I want to get back to the gym. It's been 2 weeks nearly.
I said you won't be feeling great for like another 2 to 3 weeks.
Well, I'm hoping to get back in the gym on Monday. But you said no.
Maybe.
You
You
said
might be
probably
fine.
not.
You might be fine and recovered by then.
I don't think I'll be fully recovered. We'll see.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it might be, it probably will be Joe playing Tyranids tonight. I'm sorry I haven't been on camera for games for a while. And Joe's playing next Tuesday for AOS as well, but I think next Thursday I might swap with you then and play Brom on stream. So thank you, you wonderful people, for hanging out. Hopefully we'll see you tonight for that. If not, we have got a stream tomorrow night at 8:30, 40k After Dark, where the reveal show will have already happened because it'll probably be a 10-minute pre-recorded piece of dog shit. And we might not even see anything interesting. We'll see. Yeah. So, because they just do reveal shows at every fucking event now, and sometimes they're good, and sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
Yeah.
Often, maybe shit. So yeah, that's it. That's everything, I think, Joe, isn't it? Let me get my fucking little controller. Boop, boop, boop. Thank you, Kev, by the way, for the 5. Joe Pants Streaming Fund. Kev's got a real fetish about you, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll see you tonight at 7:30.
Thank you, Kev.
And also, I'm going to probably or maybe attempt to let Tom do most of it on his own.
Yeah.
So you can come and watch that car crash as Tom is let loose on his Todd for a bit.
Yeah.
It'd be fine, wouldn't it?
Boop, beep,
probably.
boop, beep,
Can't
yeah.
be worse than Joe.
No.
No, you probably.
I was supposed to be down to doing the deck on both streams this
If you
week.
click go live, you'll probably be
That's
doing
all
better.
That's all I'm focused
I
on.
clicked go live on the stream deck.
You pressed it on the stream deck, you click it on the website.
Potato Bobot, you know?
What was that second word? Hopefully we'll see you tonight at 7:30, you beautiful human beings. If not, we'll see you in the next one.
Bye, all the time.